Hey y'all, hey, this is LaQuisha at Confident Canvas on Instagram, and I'm so excited to share a journaling strategy with you today that I call 5-point journaling. So here I'm just giving you a flip through of some layout ideas and designs that I have done in my current Archer and Olive journal that I'm using, as well as you can tell probably that this is a B5 size because I'm also using my B5 cover. But for people who are seeking more consistency in their journaling or writing, I have developed an easy method of 5 different things you could write every day in order to maintain your confidence in journaling. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about each of the 5, and then you'll see me actually put a spread together. So the 5 things, I usually start with an affirmation, which you see at the top of this page. An affirmation is an affirming statement, a positive statement that you would write to reassure yourself of who you are. It is very encouraging to read positive words written about ourselves. And also, if you struggle with writing an affirmation, I often Google affirmations and then sometimes specify the types of affirmations I'm looking for, like affirmations for women. And the second thing that I'm going to share out of the 5 points is scripture. Now, I do recognize that we all have different faiths. And so this can be tailored to your personal beliefs, understandings, and spiritual thought. But for me personally, I write a scripture from the Bible every day, and I use the Bible app. And sometimes when I'm not looking for anything specific, I will just copy the verse of the day. Now, if you don't read the Bible, if you read some other text or use cards or anything of that nature, you could, of course, write that same information in place of this scripture. The third thing that I write is a quote. It is so empowering to me to read the words of prolific people or people who have inspired me. And so for the quote, I usually either go through my phone where I've screenshotted some quotes that I like, or I will Google quotes by people that inspire me. And I'll copy the one that kind of sticks out to me for that day. It usually depends on my mood, and I'll copy that in my journal. And so the next thing that I'll write as I prepare the spread for you using a cluster and a collage that I'm making and sewing on my sewing machine is gratitude. So we all know what gratitude is being thankful and then writing that down in a list in your journaling. But I would like for you to be intentional about gratitude journaling in this space. Instead of writing some of the things that we tend to write so easily, like food, shelter, clothing, family, things like that, I want you to be intentional about thinking about your day and writing something that you're grateful for, specifically based on the events that occurred in the day. For example, maybe someone surprised you with a Post-it note at your desk at work, and it really touched your heart. That could be a person or an action that you're grateful for. And so I tailor this to the specific day because I don't want to write the same thing every day in this space. And I also want this area to serve as a reminder to me of the good things that have happened in my life. And then the fifth and last thing that I'll write is pondering. To ponder means to think deeply about something. And I want you to ponder your day. Think about the one thing that did happen that made you smile, that made you feel good, that went well, and write a little bit of detail about that one event. We all have hard days. And a lot of times our brains, because of how we have trained them, focus on the negative. It's so easy to recount and recall the things that went wrong. But how often do we sit and really ponder the things that went well? Even if it wasn't a big event, there was something that happened in your day that because that happened, it made you feel just a little bit better. And so those are the types of things that I write in the pondering section of my journal. So by the time I finish, I have a full page. I am not afraid of a blank page, as you see here, because I already know that I'm going to tackle this blank page with my 5 things that I write every day in my 5-point journaling. Again, they are an affirmation, scripture, quote, gratitude, and pondering. Having this as a part of my morning or evening routine is so beneficial also to my mental health, which is also very important to Archer and Olive. So I believe that if you start this practice today and even tailor it to your needs, so maybe you don't want to write all 5, choose the 3 or 4 that really stick out to you and make you feel good. Write those things every day on a new sheet of paper. Add your stickers, your clusters, and collages like I'm doing on the spread. Use the things in your stash that maybe you've been hoarding for a while. And use this also as an opportunity in a space to release some good things out in the atmosphere for yourself. The final thing I want to say about this is I have filled so many Archer and Olive journals with 5-point journaling. And my personal goal and intention also that I should mention is that I want to leave a legacy behind for the people and young people specifically who will come after me. So if you have children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, even just loved ones in your family, my goal is to leave something behind that when they look at it, they'll be reminded of hope, peace, joy, happiness, and anything connected to those feelings that occurred in my life. I also want to use my journaling as a reminder for them when I leave this earth that good things happen to us every single day. So that's just another thing to keep in mind when you're filling and completing all of your journals with such positive news. I hope you enjoy the process video that I'm creating now, and I hope that 5-point journaling can help you get started in your journaling journey if you struggle with that practice.